So depending on who you ask, there are many bestest HTML editors out there today. Perhaps Notepad is a little bit too simple for most. Having played with it, I tend to like brackets, but the tools that JetBrains offers students, which are free, make it really, really hard to turn away. So technically, we only need a program called WebStorm that's put out by JetBrains to edit HTML. But while we're there, we're going to take a look at what they offer us, and we're probably going to grab a lot more. So two different ways that you might get to the JetBrains site, or at least the easiest ways, without having to, by the way, memorize the URL, would be to click on the link that I give you within the canvas. The other way would be to go into Google, and I simply did JetBrains and students. Now, again, I want to point out that JetBrains is not a free package. There is a subscription fee that you have to pay for it, but as a student, you get to use the product for free. In order to do that, you will need to have your student email address, and if you're not clear on your student email address, and you can get a hold of me in class or talk with Dave Jones or Brett Dickey, and we could help you out, or perhaps walk in and talk to Lynn Thompson. She also could help you out. But anyway, let's get going with this. So the moment that you go ahead and you click on JetBrains, and I clicked on the student program, it took me to this link right here. And if you take a look at this link, and by the way, this product is a cross-platform product. So when you look here, these are all the packages that JetBrains offers. Things like app code, and that's for editing iOS or Mac operating system programs. Or Sea Lion, which is another program that allows JetBrains to overlap now into the .NET world. If you haven't heard, Microsoft now is going what's called open source, which means that you won't have to buy Microsoft products in order to edit Microsoft or use Microsoft technologies. If you're taking a class later from us, Dave Jones offers a course in Ruby, and he's going to use a couple of programs. He's going to use RubyMine along with the WebStorm program that I'm going to introduce you to. There's another package that's included called DataGrip. DataGrip allows us to manage SQL-related databases, and that would be a class like the CIS 126 class later that you'll take from me most likely on SQL. Phpstorm allows you to edit a PHP website. PyCharm is a Python editor. If you go on to Eastern teaches primarily in a Python world. And then, of course, the program that we're going to focus on here is WebStorm. Now, if you were to click on just WebStorm, you can go through that product, install it by itself. Again, that's all we're going to need for the class. Or you can click over here to apply. And when you click Apply Now, let me go ahead and get in here. You can select the university email address, select that you're a student, put your first name, your last name in, and then you have to put in your email address that the community college offers. Whether you choose to use it in the future or not, there's going to be a couple of opportunities that email address is going to give you as a student, and this is one of those. So you don't want to turn that address down, you just don't have to use it, maybe just occasionally. So once you get that filled out, you're going to click Apply for the free product. When I did this, it took about 20 seconds for the email to come and be delivered to me. And as soon as it delivered that email to me, it told me I had been approved. When I hit this website, and it sent me an additional email address that took me to my JetBrains account, which is the subscription information here, or the EULA, as we call it, user license. So I'm going to go ahead and do what everybody else does. I'm going to spend about an hour and a half reading in detail, sending copies of this to my lawyer, making sure that everything is on the up and up, and then I'm going to click I accept. And we go ahead and create a JetNames account. I haven't done that yet, so let's go ahead and set that up right now. Hope I got that right and I read that privacy agreement. Hit the submit button. And I don't think I need to save that password. What the heck, I may come back. And you'll notice then I get my license number for the software right here, and here's all the products that I can download. And at this point in time, let's see if it'll let me copy that. Just in case I need that, I'm going to copy it. And let's go ahead and install Phpstorm. Probably want to save this URL, I'm guessing, although I'm not sure what the exact login is. But I imagine if we hit this URL and weren't logged in, it would force us to log in with the account we just created. I'm going to go ahead and click WebStorm here, and let's download it. And I'm going to put it in my Dropbox and my downloads. Put it right there. Notice I've already downloaded the first version, but I didn't download it as an instructor. So in fact, while I'm at it here, let me delete this guy out just in case. So I can save this guy right over the top of it. Well, it thinks it's still there, but we're okay with that. Okay, I now have WebStorm downloaded, and let's go ahead and do the install on it. Okay, folks, let's go ahead and continue on. The installation just completed. And let's go ahead and start up by running WebStorm, just see what the startup looks like. So I got a little pop-up here. You can import settings from a previous version of WebStorm. I don't have it, so I'm going to go ahead and say I don't have a previous version. Click OK. As a programmer, that could have been detected. Jetbrains policies, the EULA. Of course, we all read that. And then the activation. And let's see if I got my activation here. Log in first. I think I just did Tom Filter. Go back and just log in this way then. Okay, well, let's get started here. Let's take a look at creating a new project. Oh, WebStorm initial configuration. Guess I'll go ahead and leave the default as it is. Click OK. Is anything else going to open for me here? Close this out. And let's create a new project, see what it looks like. Gives us the choice of an HTML boilerplate. And let's give it a name. My first HTML. And we'll hit create. See what we end up with here. It's taking a little bit of time here. So what it's doing is it's going out there, it looks like it's going to create an initial layout for us. Probably not what we would normally want to do because we want to learn this from the ground up. But it's nice that it goes out there and builds this look and feel in advance for us. So we can take a look at it for just a moment. Can't hurt anything. Okay. And let's see what we got here. So here's the HTML documents. There's a 404, which is the error page. Let's see what else we have in here. Here's our index.html page. Let's look at it. Okay, here's our basic page. And let's just investigate a little bit what we have up here. Tools, Windows, Quick Access. Hover over the icon below to access tools. I don't think that's a feature of this product necessarily. Okay, so let's go over here to View. I want to see, how do I see my document here? So we'll start off with File. Export HTML. So we have our standard new type of file, far more offered here than what we saw in brackets initially. This is far more sophisticated environment. Let's see here. We have our save as. There's no save yet because we haven't created anything. We can close a project, which is telling me then I don't just open up a single file. I can open up an entire website project. Rename a project. Default settings. Import. Synchronize. What does synchronize mean? Let's take a look at what synchronize means. Don't see what synchronize is. Let's see. Let's continue on. Copy. There's a lot of options. Let's take a look at view. Tool windows, projects, favorites. I want to see how I can see open in browser. Okay, let's use our default browser, which should be Chrome on my computer, I believe. And let's just take a look and see what we end up with. Again, this is a new product for me. So here's our HTML5 boilerplate. Doesn't show me too much. Is that all that was in here? I guess so. They put a bunch of plugins just in case we wanted more, but that's all the text that we had inside here. So let's find out. Let's go back and take a look and see if that updated automatically. It did not. So I know Dave Jones told me that it is possible for both sites to be updated. I'll probably have to get back to you in a demonstration on this, but let's see how we can make it work anyway, because I don't want you to avoid this product because I do know you're going to see it later, and probably learning it now would be a great benefit. Ignore the fact of all this information up here. You should understand most of that by the time this course is over. So let's go ahead and do a file. Let's save it. Let's come back here and let's do a refresh. Reload. See what happens. So it did it save it? Yeah, sure did. So see how it added the text in right here at the end? We'll come back and we'll visit this product a little bit more. I think it'd probably do you a good service if I gave a little bit of my demonstrations using a variety of different products. So we'll take a look at Notepad, we're going to take a look at brackets, and we're going to come back and take a look at WebStorm and demonstrations as well. Because you never know what product you're going to be using when you get in the outside world. You're going to pretty much be at the mercy of your employer.